must have been 8 or 9. Whatever I was small. You remember how skinny I was. You worried I would starve to death. I didn't. But if I was 9 and Stewie was 11, I mean, big for his age, but still a kid. But we hadn't moved to Coney Island yet. We still lived on Ocean Avenue, so not quite 9. It was summer, so going on 9. That's when this happened. It was in the summer before I turned 9. God, I had some stifling summers. That one was a scorcher. Daddy was at work, of course. Daddy was always at work. If he had to be on his feet all day, at least the store had air conditioning. God, when I think of that now, you stuck in that tiny apartment with 2 restless boys tearing your kishkas out, just climbing the walls in the middle of a heat wave. I mean, no air conditioning. Too hot to ride our bikes, too hot to do much of anything but languish in front of the TV with the box fan blowing. And there were just so many days that you could schlep us to the library or to Doris Day double features at the Sheep's Head, for which, okay, I am actually eternally grateful, especially for the Doris Day. But then there are the days when you would take us to the beach, and God, that couldn't have been easy without a car. Stewie was like the Sherpa. He carried that low-to-the-ground beach chair and the straw bags with tropical motifs on them, like palm trees and pineapples. Not that you and Dad ever went anyplace even remotely tropical, but we were stuffed with beach towels and a fat library book for you, probably the new Leon Uris, as if you'd actually settle in to read, and a brown squeeze bottle of Coppertone, tuna sandwiches in baggies, and a Scotch Plaid thermos full of what was my favorite sugary fake fruit drink? Some Mott's thing. I don't know. Maybe it was cran apple or that purple fruit punch stuff. Oh, damn! What was that called? Anyway, what a chore that must have been for you, my little mommy. Loading Stewie and me and all this crap for a day's entertainment, pails and shovels and for shell collecting and tunnel digging, castle building and castle destroying. It's all onto a city bus. Hawaiian Punch. God. I can't believe I couldn't remember Hawaiian Punch. But loading us and the stuff onto a city bus, the B-36, I think, packed, crammed with Brooklyn families just like us, all making their escape from their stifling apartments to the wide open sky and sand and beach and just the bluest of oceans, the promised land, Brighton Beach. Funny, when I think about that day, when I remember anything about from back then, I see it in pictures and in photographs. These pictures are never in color. They're bleached out black and white sepia almost snapshots with deckled edges, the kind you find in photo albums. And that's how I remember this day. There's pictures that I'd actually seen in an album, when, of course, I'd only imagined that I had snapshots. Just waiting at a bus stop, packing onto an already crowded bus, being jostled, or standing over this girl about my age with a drooping eyelid, and you poking me, telling me not to stare, and getting off the bus at Brighton. Anyway, everybody gets off, and the pilgrimage moves under the boardwalk toward the beach. And Stewie complains, dragging the chair. And I take off my flip-flops, and it's dark and cool down here, like the moon or someplace, not like Brooklyn. The sand feels good under my feet. I love the way the dark, moist sand feels between my toes. It's like brown sugar. And then I step out from under the boards, and the world just opens up again. The sunlight shocked my eyes, and the sound is a roar of waves and shouts and squeals and laughs, transistor radios blasting. It's crowded. There's people everywhere. Beach blankets bordering each other with little passages kind of winding around them, families and couples kissing and people eating, and Coppertone. The air smells of salt and sweat and coconutty sunscreen lotion. Coppertone is my Madeleine. Takes me back to Brighton Beach. Can we sit down? Please, Mom? Not yet. You're determined to find just the right spot. And we're losing it. But finally, you're satisfied with a patch of sand. I don't know what made this spot acceptable and a dozen others not, but we dump our stuff and set up camp. We eat our tuna sandwiches and drink Hawaiian punch and dutifully wait the requisite half hour before we can go swimming in the ocean without drowning. And you ask the old people next to us to watch our stuff while we run down to the beach. You're coming with us? Yes, of course I'm coming with you. And we get into the ocean, and you really play with us. Your laugh sounds different than it does at home. Your hair's slicked back, and your face is shiny. You look so young and pretty, more like a girl, like a big sister than a mom. And you splash us, and I cackle with glee. I shriek. My little heart just bursting. Because I love you so much. I forget all about the hot apartment and Dad at the store. And then we get out of the water, and my teeth are chattering. And we went back to our spot and thanked the old couple who watched our stuff. He rubbed me dry all over with a towel, and I wrapped it around me like a cape. Can we have some ice cream? We wanted frozen custard, we wanted the soft chocolate and vanilla swirly kind, not the good humor on a stick kind that was being peddled by men schlepping bags of steaming dry ice on the beach. But the only place to get the frozen custard was at the stand way back at the boardwalk. I'll go, Stewie said. Give me the money. No, I'll go, you said. Stewie, you watch your brother. So away you walked, on a mission, winding your way around beach towels, swallowed up by this mass of humanity. Crazy chaos of a hot summer afternoon. And I watched you go until I couldn't see you anymore. And then Stewie and I played in the sand. We dug for a little while, castle or moat. But minutes went by, many minutes. We wanted our frozen custard. We were mad at you. We stomped on our castle. And the old couple said reassuring things about you coming back, and they packed to go home. Daylight was taking on new colors. You know, when you're young, 9 or 11, you don't wear a watch. What kind of kid thinks about time? Time's a very abstract idea. Something for grown-ups to worry about. I got scared. I didn't want to show that I was scared. I didn't want Stewie to make fun of me for being a crybaby. But he was getting scared, which really made me scared. I thought about what our lives, my life, would be like without you in it. And with just me and Stewie and Dad, who worked all the time and who never talked to us much when he was home. And I thought about the hole you would leave in my head and my stomach. Just ached with fear and dread and longing for you and for frozen custard. I realize now, looking back as a man who has lived a pretty long time, that boy, that little not yet 9-year-old skinny kid, that me on the beach in that moment, that was the first inkling I ever had of what I would later discover had a name. Grief. And then two figures appeared in the distance like an apparition in Lawrence of Arabia. And when they got closer, we see that one is a policeman and the other is you. We run to each other through the sand, dodging people on beach towels who look at us. You'd lost your way from the frozen custard stand, lost track of where you left us. And you're beside yourself, sweaty and sunburned and crying. You hold us to you, both of us, squeeze us. And I feel something on my bare skin, something sticky. And then I see what it is. Your hands and forearms are streaked with stripes of melted chocolate and vanilla ice cream, just streaked down both arms. The battle scars of a lost mother's odyssey to return to her children. Sorry I can't be with you now to see you off. I'm so sorry. Thanks for everything, Mom. Time to go.